Hey everyone, Dave here, and this time I have a short preview video for you about a new game coming out next month, Wanderstop, which is the upcoming game by Davey Wreden and published by Annapurna Interactive. Wanderstop is the latest game helmed by Davey Wreden, who's known for previous works like The Stanley Parable and The Beginner's Guide. And just a short note before we get into the preview, I thought it was kind of funny when Davey Wreden announced that Wanderstop was a cozy game about making tea, no darkness behind it at all, and all of us collectively went, yeah, but it's gonna be dark and fucked up, right? I mean, this is you we're talking about. It can't possibly be a game just about making tea, right? When this sort of parasocial assumption is what The Beginner's Guide was about, but that's another conversation for another day. So, were we correct in our assumption that there's something darker at play here in Wanderstop? Well, for the 3 hours that my preview build showed me, kind of. Let's dig in. Wanderstop has you playing as a Colosseum gladiator named Alta, who is driven, passionate, and skilled to the tune of an undefeated record. She is the ultimate warrior, until one day she suddenly loses. So she doubles down her efforts, refocuses, puts all of her determination forward into getting back on top, and she loses again. So, desperate to reclaim her identity as the top gladiator, she seeks out someone named Master Winters, who lives deep in a forest at the edge of the world, and Master Winters will be able to train Alta back up to the top of her game. But on the road to visit Master Winters, Alta slows, exhausted, to the point where she's dragging her sword, and then suddenly she can't even pick it up anymore, and Alta collapses in the forest. When she comes to, she's seated on a bench next to Boro, who is a large, friendly man who runs a tea shop called Wanderstop out in these woods. Boro offers Alta a deal. She can stay at the shop, she can rest and recover in this vibrant, colorful, peaceful location, while helping Boro run the shop and do all the little things that come with that, such as gardening, sweeping, rerouting lost mail, and especially meeting the colorfully weird customers that make their way to the shop and making tea to order. Now, the tea shop itself, Wanderstop, is a wonderful, idiosyncratic place, exaggerated and fantastical, with a giant tea-making apparatus in the middle that requires a tall ladder to even reach the top where the water is boiled. In the preview build that I got to play, I met two NPC customers, a father trying to impress his son by cosplaying as a knight, and a demon hunter who, little thing, has no more demons left to hunt. They've all been hunted. So they wind up at Wanderstop. Their tea orders will set you, Alta, on the normal farming game tasks of planting, watering, gathering, and eventually making tea. And these kind of actions are very simple as far as these games go. The process of making tea is a bit more involved. As we said, this apparatus is so big that Alta has to go up a ladder, slide from multiple locations on this apparatus to boil the water, drop the tea leaves and any ingredients in. And so you'll get set on this normal sort of process that we get into in these types of games, where you take orders, you need to make tea, you need to make sure that you're planting and gathering efficiently so that you can make as much money as possible. Although, in Wanderstop, you're not making money. That's not the goal. And there's not that many orders to begin with. So Wanderstop is kind of bucking against the kind of min-maxy productivity mindset routines that these farming and shop-based games can inspire in us, forcing us to slow down, wait for the tea leaves to dry, or find a way to deal with the fact that sometimes customers don't want any tea, you don't have any orders, and so in those moments, you need to do the unthinkable. You need to slow down, sit on a bench, maybe read a book, or make some tea. For yourself. For no profit. Just relax. Take a deep breath. Wanderstop seems to have a lot to say about burnout in the preview build that I played, and whether you're a creative or not, I think all of us feel some degree of burnout, even if it's just the result of years and years of going to work without enough paid leave to take time for ourselves to relax and reset. In the moments where Alta is forced to slow down in the game, I felt the same strain and deep exhaustion that you can see on her face. The exhaustion that rises to the surface when I close my eyes and sit with my thoughts for a few minutes without something distracting me like a task or a podcast to listen to or something like that. The music in Wanderstop reinforces this too, often painting a friendly soundscape that fits the backdrop of a gorgeous tea house out in a fantastical forest, but with a kind of burning, abrasive undercurrent that lets you know that you may be playing at relaxing, but deep down, you and Alta in turn are not completely relaxed. And you likely won't be for a while. At least in my case, Alta and I have both been so productivity pilled that taking time to sit on a bench and do nothing is almost unthinkable. There has to be something that I can be doing right now. I need to use my time wisely. This needs sweeping, and this needs cleaning, and this tea needs to get made, and this customer needs to get their drink. But even Boro, the shop owner, will tell you, in his friendly, seemingly Northern European, straight-to-the-point sense of humor, what's actually required, what's best for you and best for the shop, is for you to take a break. As Boro says earlier in the game, breathing is important too. And so Wanderstop settles into less of a Stardew Valley, spreadsheet-driven, min-maxy quest to build a successful business, and more of a free-flowing, do things at your own pace, do them as you see fit type of game. More akin to how Red Dead Redemption 2 begged us to slow down and not try to play cowboy Grand Theft Auto like we did in the first game. Wanderstop seems to be using Alta's story to speak to the burned-out soul inside of all of us. And so the question remains, can we slow down? Can we accept that what we really need is 10 minutes of silence while sitting on a bench? Can we give ourselves a break? I was already interested in Wanderstop before, but now that I see how Alta's tale begins, I'm even more excited to get my hands on the full game, and I hope that you are too. Wanderstop releases on PlayStation and PC on March 11th, 2025. Thank you for watching. Hope you're ready to help Boro and Alta in the shop, and stay tuned in the coming months for a deep dive discussion right here on Tales from the Backlog. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss it, and if you'd like to support the work that I do, please consider supporting at patreon.com/realdavejackson. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.